Hey everybody, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded to my channel. Life has just been hectic, of course, as you all know, with COVID and school and colleges and nobody really knowing what they're doing. As of right now, it's just been really hard and really tough. I've also been taking summer online courses, so that's also made it so much harder to get things that I want to do for YouTube done. Um, However, I would like to restart my channel this time for good because I really enjoy making videos and helping people. Today's video is about military girlfriends and dealing with boot camp. So my experience is with the Marine Corps. I don't know any other branches particularly, just because my boyfriend is a Marine, and that's just kind of what I'm familiar with, and that's just what I know. He's actually currently my husband, but when he went through boot camp, we were just boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. He has been in for almost a year now. It'll be a year in about a week or so. So he's been in almost a year, and I just kind of want to give you guys my tips for dealing with boot camp and stuff like that. So I have it written down on my phone, so I'm sorry if I keep looking down. But the first tip I have is to join a Facebook group 2 weeks prior to the ship date. This helps to kind of just know you have support behind you. Also, sometimes they take a little long to accept your request to join their group. So giving it 2 weeks kind of allows for you to make sure you're accepted by the time they leave, and also for you to start reading some posts from other girlfriends that they've posted, because sometimes they help and sometimes they get really great comments on there as well for you to read through. So I find that that kind of helped me prepare for him leaving. I also, when I joined the Facebook group, I just didn't think about him leaving too much. Leading to the days prior to him leaving, I tried not to think about it at all, actually, because I just wanted to think of positive moments prior to him leaving. I didn't want him to leave with any negative moments, and I also just didn't want to keep myself so anxious all the time that I was impeding my ability to spend time with him and just enjoy our time together. The other thing that helped me was staying active on the Facebook groups and reading the posts on Facebook, like I already said. This just helps to know that you're not alone, that there's other people going through this, and that if they can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. Yes, it is a long time that they're gone for, but it's not the end of the world, and you have at least people to back you and support you, even when your personal life may not have that support. The other thing I already touched on is spend as much time as possible with your significant other before they leave. This is extremely important because, like I said, you don't want them to leave with a negative feeling between you two before you leave. You just want to keep things positive and lighthearted, and just know that you're gonna just let them know you're gonna be there for them and support them no matter what, and that at the end of the 3 months you will be there for them as well. Boot camp is very difficult, and this allows them to just know you're gonna be there when things get tough at boot camp. The other thing is to discuss letters prior to him leaving. So um, have him explain to you that he may not be able to send letters as often, and just ask for some reassurance that you will get letters as often as possible, but also reassure him that you are going to send him letters as often as you possibly can. I personally sent one letter every single day he was gone. However, not everybody can do that or has time to do that. I pre-did most of the letters and envelopes, so all I had to do was fill out the body and it was ready for him. And I would just go ahead and explain to him every single day. But we had discussed prior to him leaving that I was going to put anything and everything in the letter. There was no restriction. I know a lot of recruiters will say don't try to keep things very lighthearted and positive. However, every Marine is different, every recruit is different. So if they're okay with you putting in like some of the bad parts of your day, then go ahead and do so. Like I didn't want to keep anything from my boyfriend at the time. Um, I wanted to be very open and honest with him so he knew exactly what was going on in my life while he was gone, because he not only is I'm missing out on his life, but he's also missing out on mine. So I just wanted to make sure that he would that he knew everything that was going on every single day of my life, and to just kind of keep him more involved and feel like he's with me. The other thing that I noticed helped a lot was not setting up a countdown. I heard about this so much, and at first I attempted to do a countdown, um, but I realized it just dragged on and it got really difficult. So what I did was I got rid of the countdown and I stopped using it. I didn't get rid of it, but I just stopped using it, and all of a sudden I checked a few weeks later, and so much time has flown by since the last time I checked it. I was so surprised. It was like just time flew, not obsessing and checking the countdown every single day, because if I check it every single day, I know that it's only going to be 1 day difference. Versus if I keep myself busy and just check every once in a while whenever I remember, then it just looks like it went by so much quicker, and it feels like it goes by a lot quicker as well. And keep yourself as busy as possible. I was he left in July, so I was obviously on summer vacation, and the first few weeks were a little difficult. Um, for me, I think it was like the first 2 weeks that were a little difficult for me. But then I spoke to my boss at work and I told him what the situation was, and he gave me a lot more shifts. So I was working all the time, all the time. I also went on vacation to visit my grandparents in Florida, and they have a nice pool, and I went swimming every day. We went to the beach, and it was a really good time to spend time with family, and it kept me very, very busy all through this time. And of course, I was doing financial aid, and I was applying for scholarships as well. So all of this kept me busy as I was preparing to start a new year in school. I was actually a rising freshman in college at the time, and so it was very hectic, very busy, very nerve-wracking. So I definitely had a lot on my mind. And then I also had a college move-in day, super hectic, super busy. And then of course, the week prior to school, just getting ready, preparing, knowing where my classes are, etc. And then once classes start, I was busy all the time, just constantly. I would do schoolwork, I would come back home to visit every so often. I also have a horse that I visit and see and ride and spend time with. So I definitely was kept very busy while he was gone, and I feel like that also helped me a lot. However, what I did notice was I stopped towards the end of boot camp. I noticed that I stopped trying to keep myself busy because I was so anxious that we only had like 2 weeks left and it was almost over, and I just stopped keeping myself busy because I was just wanting to count down the last 2 weeks, and that was my mistake because those 2 weeks were the longest 2 weeks of my life ever. So that definitely did not help at all to kind of make the time go by quicker. And I told him that when I got his first phone call towards the end of boot camp, I told him, I was like, wow, these 2 weeks have been the longest. And he actually told me that towards the end of his boot camp experience, it was also the longest for him because he knew it was the end and he knew he wanted to just get out of there. So, yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on was just remember it is completely temporary. He will not be gone forever. You have your whole lives ahead of you with each other, and there's just no reason to stress for 3 months. Like, yes, it's a big deal because you go from talking and seeing each other every day to just radio silence and then only communicating by letters once you get that first letter from him. So it is tough, but just remember it's only temporary, and there are so many years you guys have together, and so 3 months is really just a minuscule time in your whole lives together. So yeah, I hope that these tips helped you guys, and maybe you found comfort in some of these tips for if your recruit is leaving soon, or if your significant other is currently in boot camp. I hope that this has helped you find some comfort as well. If you guys like this video, feel free to thumbs up and subscribe down below. I'm going to try to keep posting some more of these military, now currently wife videos. If you guys have any video recommendations, put them down below and I'd be more than happy to do it. I can do like videos about how he decided to get married, like family situation with the military, or I also do like beauty related videos as well. So if you guys have any recommendations, I would be more than happy to do them. Just let me know in the comments down below, and thank you guys so much for watching.